Okay, so we've just seen that when you keep the volume fixed and then the mass of the gas fixed, the pressure and temperature are directly proportional. This is known as Charles's law. Now let's solve some questions using Charles's law. It says that the question states that a gas in a fixed container is at a pressure of 4 atm and a temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. So P1, pressure 1, is equal to 4 atm. Temperature 1 is equal to 27 degrees Celsius. Now remember, our temperature should be in Kelvin, not in degrees Celsius. So to change degrees Celsius to Kelvin, you add 273 to it, and that is going to give us 300 K. So 300 Kelvin. Now what will be the pressure if it is heated to a temperature of 177 degrees Celsius? So we don't know pressure 2. That is what we've been asked to find. We do not know pressure 2, but we know temperature 2 to be equal to 177 degrees Celsius. So temperature 2 is equal to 177 degrees Celsius. And what are we going to do? We are going to add 273 to this. 7 plus 3 will give us 10. So we put our 0. We carry our 1. 7 plus 8 will give us 5, 15. We carry our 1. 3 plus 1 will give us 4. So we now have 450 K. Now that we know P1, T1, P2, and T2, let's solve our question. So P1 over T1 is equal to P2 over T2. Since it is a constant, if we divide both sides, we need to get the same answer. But we know P1, we know T1, we don't know P2, we know T2. So what do? We need to make P2 the subject. If T2 is divided on that side, we are going to multiply both sides by T2. Okay, so that this will cancel this. And then we are going to have P1 times T2 over T1 is equal to the final pressure, which we do not know. Okay, now we know the initial pressure to be equal to 4 atm, as stated over here. We know the final temperature to be equal to 450 K. Okay, then we know our T1 to be equal to 300. Okay, and that should be equal to our P2. That should be equal to our P2. So from here, let me go over what we've done so far. We were given P1 to be equal to 4 atm. We were given T1 to be equal to, or initial temperature to be equal to 27 degrees Celsius. Now we don't need our temperature in degrees Celsius, so we change to Kelvin. We were asked to find our pressure 2, which we did not know. But we were given the temperature 2, or the final temperature, to be equal to 177 degrees Celsius. When we have 177 degrees Celsius, we don't need the 177 degrees Celsius. So instead, we are going to change to Kelvin. And then when you want to change from degrees Celsius to Kelvin, you are going to add 273. You're going to add 273 to whatever temperature you are given in degrees Celsius, and that will give you your temperature in Kelvin. Now we've arrived at this. We made P2 the subject of the equation. P1 over T1 is equal to P2 over T2. We made P2 the final pressure, the subject, and this is what we got. We've replaced the variables with their exact values. Now what we do is we multiply 4 by 450. Okay, whatever we get, we are going to divide by 300, and that is going to give us 6 atm. That is our final pressure.